So this video really is about talking about the takeaways that I got from the Wolverine Way Summit. So takeaway number one was something I really got very strongly. This was back in August when I first interviewed Derrick Jensen. And Derrick Jensen, as many of you know, he's a writer, and he's written some really intense books on, a whole variety of different subjects, most of them around how our culture is really headed in the wrong direction. And absolutely not just slightly off course, but we're headed in the most opposite direction towards, love and prosperity and sustainability and connect. Like he illustrates it, makes his point very effective in his books. But what he said in my interview really shocked me. I was kind of waiting for him to really kind of, pounce on other environmental movements and to say, oh yeah, well, that's not good because we need to do this, or that this would be better and all that. He didn't say any of that. In fact, anytime I gave him an opportunity to kind of jump in with his point of view, he really sidestepped it a little bit. I mean, I wasn't baiting him in any way, but I just wanted him to share. But what was so profound about it was that when he did share, when he actually did answer that question, when I said, what do we need? He said, we need all of it. We need everything. We need everything that everybody is doing in their own way. We need all of that to turn this ship around, so to speak. And that struck me like a freaking load of bricks. I mean, it was just like super powerful, because what he was saying was, it doesn't matter. What he's saying is that, okay, there's people that think, oh, Tom Brown's a jerk because this can't be proven, or he does this or that. And then other people go, oh, well, this school, this line of thought isn't good, or oh, what the activists are, they're barking up the wrong tree, or oh, the education. He's just saying, like, none of that matters. Whatever you're doing, if it's helping towards this cause of connecting people, we need it. And he's not going to get into any of those things of what's good or better, because he's basically saying we need everybody to do everything they can. And I love that message. I want to say, Derrick, if you see this video, thank you so much for that one piece of wisdom. I mean, everything about your interview was awesome, by the way, but thank you for this, because it just cleared up so much crap for me. So much just in my mind. I have all these different little judgments and issues, and I've been able to really let go of pretty much all of it and say, it doesn't matter what anyone is doing, just help them do it better if they can, and if you can't, don't worry about it, and just do your thing and do whatever we can do to help the animals and plants and our families and our kids and the bees and the dolphins and whatever else it is. Anything we love, we need to do more of that. So thank you. That was really powerful, and I don't know if everybody else who was watching or listening to the summit got that, but just to reiterate that in this video, it was awesome. It made me 100 times more effective, by the way, too, because when you stop running around worrying about whether you're better or worse than anyone else, it just wastes so much time, and it's just complete bullshit. So thank you again. Number two was what Cheryl Charles said. Cheryl Charles is the director of the Children and Nature Network, which was kind of co-founded with Richard Louv and a lot of other really brilliant people. And they took Richard Louv's book, Last Child in the Woods, and parlayed that into 77 different countries, organizations designing towards helping people create a network to get people outside and get our kids connected. And what she said was, because I was talking to her, they've done a lot of, they have great articles on their website and blog posts and so forth that share articles about research that's being done and everything. And I said, so, what do we need? What do we need, Cheryl? Like, what other things or studies are coming out and everything? And she was kind of like quoting a couple things. And then she said, Ricardo, it doesn't matter. She goes, it doesn't matter. She goes, we have enough information. We have enough data to know to act now. We don't need to wait for 2 more years till another study comes out. I mean, honestly, I'm actually going to be doing a newsletter for the Wolverine Way, and it's going to have a duh column. And the duh column is going to be, here's an article that says being outside's good. And I'm going to be like, duh, it's good. We all know, people have been working out here. We know that works. I mean, I'm laughing about that because it just seems so obvious. But we need that data. But she's saying, we don't, when I first started this, we didn't have any data. We just were doing it. But now there's actual scientific data and proof about it. So she was basically saying, we don't need to wait for more info. We have enough data to act now and to know that it's powerful and that it's needed and it's vital. And so that was just like another piece of the pie for me and a huge wake-up call. So if you haven't listened to her interview, go back and listen to them. Listen to any of them again if you like it. But it was so brilliant. I mean, I'm cherry picking. There's so many good things. What she said was, we have enough. Let's just go start doing stuff now. You know, we don't need to wait. So anyway, thank you, Cheryl, for that, and thank you for all the good work you're doing. So awesome. But that was very freeing for me, because oftentimes I feel like we want to wait until we can prove it. We want to wait until we have enough stuff in our portfolio to be able to just like overcome all objections. And that brings me kind of to the third takeaway that I want to share right now. And so the third takeaway is probably the work of both Derek Jensen and Charles Salin, who wrote the book, you know, The Failure of the Environmental Education Movement and How We Can Fix It. I think it was actually just The Failure of Environmental Education. So here are two authors. Derek Jensen's just written a slew of books, Deep Green Resistance, and I mean, holy cow, Endgame. I mean, there's so many books that he's written that are similarly posited, that share this kind of like, you know, they really lay it right out there. And I guess basically what I want to say from both of my interview with Charles and the interview with Derek, it points more from the interview than also just pointing to their body of work, to say it must have taken a lot of guts for them to post something that so clearly could be construed as, in every different way, it was a risk. It was a giant leap, I'm sure, for Charles Salin, who's been working in the environmental movement his whole life, to posit something to say, hey, all that stuff that we're doing isn't working, or it's not working well enough, and to put out what he puts out. The same is true for Derek. I mean, most people, you either love him or you hate him as far as his writing goes, because he's basically putting out there very logically and very conclusively, arguing that our culture is a death-seeking culture that does not support life, it doesn't support women, it doesn't support the environment, and it ultimately doesn't support us. And those are very, very radical points of view to put out. And so the takeaway I'm getting is that we have to be bold and we have to be courageous. We have to be willing to do that. And honestly, every time I have like a month or two go by where I'm kind of just like, la la la, I'm going to chop some firewood, oh, I'm going to go do some stuff, whatever, I know I'm not helping the earth. I mean, yeah, okay, I am maybe in some ways. You could argue, somebody could argue and go, oh no, Rick, you're fine. It's just crap. I mean, the times I know that I'm actually going to be helping the earth is when I'm scared. When I'm scared to put something out there because I'm taking a leap out. And so the people that I'm working with are saying, Rick, it's okay to be scared and it's okay to do that. We can manage that with our team, with our teamwork and with our connection. We can help manage that fear, but we have to go out and put those things out there. And I know Derek put his books out there before there was a team to help him, support him. And the same with Charles. So what they're saying though is that the earth needs us to be bold right now, and the earth needs us to take risks, not just random risks, but calculated risks to help save our planet and to help save our communities and species like polar bears or wolverines or rainforest frog, whatever it is. I mean, we need to help all of them. And so basically this vision that I'm in right now is like, you know, kind of Hawk Circle 2.0, which is beyond Hawk Circle in some ways, is stretching me, and hopefully it's going to stretch a lot more of you. So those are my big takeaways. You know, we need everything, we have enough information to get started, and we have to be bold. And I just want to say it was an honor to interview every single person that I had on this summit. And I hope those takeaways will resonate with you. If you like this video and you listen to it, I'll put some links on it as well so people can actually go to the direct link. I would love to get feedback of what your takeaways are that you really liked about it as well. Anyway, thanks, and let's get to work.